Hey,
What's up, everybody? Welcome back
Guys.
to the Veteran and Rookie Podcast. A tad later than usual, but still here.
we are still here. Welcome to us.
Welcome to the podcast, the Veteran and Rookie Podcast. As previously stated, you probably know what show you're listening to.
Yep.
Yeah, we're back at it again. We're going to recap Week 15 and our draft picks from that, and then obviously take a look for Week 16, and then we're going to do our fun draft. So it's a normal episode.
It is.
That's how it
guys.
goes.
Yeah, it's just a bit late. We had a friend come into town, so we hang out with him on our usual shooting day of
Yeah,
Tuesday.
why would the frick would he do that to us?
I know. Really just an important
So
time
we're
in
sorry
our
to leave
life.
all of our many listeners hanging like that. Like that wasn't.
You don't have to be so pretentious about it. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, let's check out the standings. What are we thinking?
All right. So for the pick'ems, we're just gonna start there today. I went 11-5. You went 10-6. So we both did pretty good. Your goal though is to be under 100 losses for your pick'ems. You're currently at 144, 94, and 2. So you're right on the edge there.
If I can just get a bunch of ties, I can just call everything a tie.
I mean, you could.
And then I'd be like 140 something, and then 96 and 35 or something.
Yeah, if you were the worst, that's what you would do.
That might be what I will do.
That would be an interesting way to end the season.
Yeah, but I'd still be below 100. So
And then I'm still above or behind you. I'm 128, 111, and 2, but comfortably above 500 now after being under 500 for a good chunk of the season.
yeah, some reason I'm better at this than Banana, but I don't think I'm good enough to stay below 100 losses. So well, we'll see. I
Yeah,
guess.
we will see
I have to do
in a couple weeks.
I have to have a really good week this week, and then an even better week next week.
Yep. And then if you're unfamiliar with the show, we pick games as if they're players for positions, and those are game of the week, blowout of the week, upset of the week, fantasy player, and lowest player. So looking at last week, game of the week, you took the Bills and the Bears, which was close until it wasn't. I took the Eagles and the Cowboys, so easy dub for me.
Yeah.
Blowout of the week, I took the 49ers over the Commanders. They won that comfortably. You took the Lions over the Panthers, who gave up a franchise record for rushing yards.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I'm just really doing good.
you're 0-2 right now.
Yeah, I am. It's true.
And then it just gets worse. You picked the Raiders over the Steelers in a quote-unquote upset of the week, even though I still think the Raiders are the better team. But Derek Carr deciding to throw the ball to the Steelers player at the end of the game.
Defense.
Even though Devontae Adams was wide open. Now Adams is upset because Carr is benched, and the only reason he is in Las Vegas is because of Carr. Now Carr's going to get traded in the offseason more than likely. So I think that's kind of funny.
I also think it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of sad.
I don't feel sad for
I
him.
don't feel sad, but it's sad for him.
I guess, yeah, but, you know,
He's going to cry about it probably because he's a little crybaby poopy pants.
maybe he'll get traded.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. It's the Josh McDaniels special, though, because he did that when he was Denver's coach like 10 years ago, where he comes in, he alienates the quarterback, trades him after one season, and goes after and tries to get some other guy. So he's just doing it all over again, except without starting off his time with the team 6-0. Instead, he just sucks immediately.
Oh, man, and I chose Rams Broncos for lowest scoring.
You
didn't I?
did, but we're going to stick on the upset of the week. I got it again. Packers over Dolphins. W. Thank you, Tua. Merry Christmas. Sticking with the Christmas theme, lowest scoring game of the week. You went Broncos over Rams, and Russell Wilson, he held up his end of the bargain for that pick for you.
He did his part.
He even got benched for you.
Yeah.
And then the Rams, or I guess I should say the Broncos defense, was not there against the future Hall of Famer known as Baker Mayfield.
And Cam Akers
The
balled
worst
out.
running team in the league, except maybe it's either them or the Bucks, just absolutely suck at running the ball, and they ran all over Denver.
Yeah, and their tight end got 2 touchdowns, which is the most a tight end for the Rams has ever gotten a game.
Which you were loving that for fantasy.
I was. They both won me. I had them in separate leagues that I'd picked them both up the day before or the week prior.
I didn't know you
Something like
just picked them
that.
up.
I had just picked both of them
Dang.
up, and they both saved me my league, and now I'm in the playoffs. in both those leagues.
Mhm.
Well, I'm in the actual playoffs in one league, and then in our actual league, I'm in the Pooper Bowl. So it's like
You're in the consolation bracket.
the lower 6 people.
Yep.
Me,
Lowest
11th place and 12th place are fighting for the victory of the Pooper Bowl, and Benet is bad.
I'm fighting for not last place, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mind, I still came in 7th. So, yeah. Or, no, I came in 9th.
Your
so
your mind is
wasn't
wrong.
that good.
Your mind is wrong.
It is.
Yeah, you're bad.
Well, I also didn't know there was going to be a battle for 11th place, so I started just like cutting players because I could, and then I realized I had another game up. So,
Yeah, that's really
oops.
Cute.
Lowest scoring game, I stuck on Christmas there. Buccaneers, Cardinals, and it definitely looked like the lowest scoring game of the week. I don't know if it was exactly, but it was definitely lower scoring than yours. I think Falcons Ravens was lower scoring.
Raiders Steelers was lower as well.
That one too, but 19-16.
Falcons Ravens was 26
lowest.
points, and Raiders Steelers was 23.
Oh yeah, that's right. But I still got that one there because it was much lower scoring than just the Rams' offense.
Oh, Jags Jets was 22.
Yo, yeah, that one was really low as well. A lot of low scoring games this weekend.
Yeah,
You picked a
Chargers-
50 burger.
Yeah, it was 65 points overall.
Wow, good pick.
Yeah, it was just more than 3 games altogether. 3 of the lower scoring games altogether combined is so that's great.
It wasn't all bad for you, though. Fantasy player of the week, you took Patrick Mahomes. He got 27 points. I took Derrick Henry because the last 5 times he's played the Texans, he's at 200 yards, 2 touchdowns.
It was a good pick.
He had a solid game. He had 100 yards and a touchdown, but that was only enough to get 20 points in a loss to the Texans.
Really cute. Really good
So
stuff.
Tennessee, we're recording this before the Thursday night game against the Cowboys. We're both picking the Cowboys for that game, by the way. It's not going to be eligible to be drafted for the draft when we get to that later, though. But I wouldn't be surprised if they lose that game and then lose to the Jaguars in Week 18, which I really hope they do because the Jaguars are actually they look like a good NFL team that could win a playoff game or two.
Yeah, and I'm rooting for them because they're probably going from a 3 or was it 3? They had 3 wins last year, right?
Yep.
3 wins
and
last
only one
year,
win the year before.
and 1 win the year before, and now they're doing pretty good. They're like a middle of the pack team, maybe upper middle.
I mean, the way they're playing right now,
Yeah,
I don't remember how many games. It's the last 5 games or something like that. Trevor Lawrence has 14 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Yeah,
So he's been playing really good recently.
better
He does have a
coaching.
couple mistakes every now and again. He's had a few bad fumbles and whatnot, but
He does that every once in a while.
yeah. But I mean, other than that, he's starting to actually kind of look like the guy we all thought he was going to be. So I think Trevor Lawrence is here to stay, and I think he's especially going to be taking that leap next year.
Yeah, I can't talk.
No, you can't.
Just shows to go. Yeah, what a not terrible coach will do.
Mm-hmm.
There have only been 5, less than 5 coaches that have been fired mid-season.
There's 4, yeah, all time.
For all time.
One was in, I think, 1948 or something. One was in 78, and then it didn't happen again until last year,
And then this year.
and now this year.
Yeah. And
They're very different. Well, kind of the same reasons, but also different reasons.
well, the Jags coach was
he was terrible on and off the field.
yeah, but he was just not terrible enough for them to keep him until when they fired him, because they definitely should have fired him way earlier.
Oh yeah,
But
after the Cincinnati game, honestly.
100%. But they fired what's his name?
Hackett?
Josh Hackett. Yeah,
Yeah.
they fired him just because he's a terrible coach. There's he didn't do anything off the field that I know of. He didn't harass black
he's
people
just
or anything. He
was just a terrible
Mhm.
coach. Well, I know there's some people that think I don't know about this or not, but that he was hired in Denver to lure Aaron Rodgers because he was the Packers offensive coordinator before he was the head coach. And so when they couldn't get Rodgers, then they went and got Russell Wilson as a plan B, and then it just didn't work. So we'll see how much of the problem he was. If Denver comes out and they actually look like a competent offense with Russell Wilson against Kansas City, or that might be a tall ask, against maybe the Chargers. That's tough with back-to-back playoff games to end your season to kind of really get a gauge on that. But Typically when a coach gets fired, there's this thing known as the coach firing bump or whatever. Because basically when players don't like a coach and then he gets fired, they play harder the next game.
Yeah.
Because they're like, frick that guy.
Exactly.
And now I don't hate my life.
Exactly.
So, it is against Kansas City, so we'll see if that takes effect there. But
they don't have the best defense, though. So, I mean, they could.
Yeah. I do like that they are going to be they said they're going to be sticking with Russell Wilson next year, which I'd say it's a good thing. Just give him another shot with another coach. See if he really is just washed. If he's playing like this next year, then I guess you might as well cut him. I know the contract makes it a really crappy cut to make, but you just bite the bullet and take it now, I guess.
Can't do much else about it. You can either pay it with him there and playing terribly,
or you can pay him when he's not there and then be working towards something else.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just.
But I do like that they are keeping him. They should be keeping him one more year. We'll see, because a lot of times the NFL's talk and then something else happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of stupid things going around all the time.
So with the current draft points now, I got 34. You got 26. So after you made it kind of close last week, and then not so much this week. So you got two weeks to try to catch me on that one.
Yeah, I can. There's 10 points that are up for grabs.
Yep. Well, and I mean, no, well,
12.
And that's right. We'll kind of be doing this in the playoffs, but I mean,
It'll be a bit different. It'll be playoff.
We might only have like 3 categories for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then we'll have regular season and divide it like that. But
yeah, we're not going to have a ton to do, I guess. I guess we should figure out what we're going to do for playoff episodes, huh?
Yeah, about playoffs, probably.
We'll get them when we get there. We might have a lot of David on, who was on about a month ago on the podcast. We'll probably have him on at least once in the playoffs, if not for most playoff weeks. We'll see. Fun draft of the week. You were thinking dead people on a football team.
Whoa. I said we could draft famous dead people for the positions they would have played on an offense.
But they can't have played football.
Yeah, but you can't just
no drafting Johnny Unitas or anything.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but
he's like one of the best quarterbacks ever. He played back in like the 50s and 60s.
Is he like top 2?
He's top 10.
Cool.
He would have been number 1 back in the day.
Okay, that's cute, I guess.
Yeah, quite.
Okay, so you can draft somebody here. I'll let you start first. We're gonna go quarterback,
okay,
running back, wide receiver. Let's just do one wide receiver, and then we can do a line. And you can do any dead person.
And
that isn't a football player. Just anybody from history, somebody famous and dead. And I know the only person you're thinking of right now is Hitler.
No, I mean that was one of the people. Wasn't the only one. I'm gonna take for my quarterback position. I'm gonna take. I don't know about his arm strength or anything like that. He might he'd be like a better head coach, I guess. But we're not drafting a head coach. We're drafting a quarterback, and that's the closest we can get there. A good mind and a leader of men. I'm taking Napoleon for my quarterback.
Okay, he was like 5'5", but
that's what I'm saying. He's a little short for a stormtrooper or a quarterback, but
a little
I'm
short
taking him
for a stormtrooper. I've never heard that.
Have you ever watched Star Wars Episode 4?
Well, no, I've never heard that said like that in that context.
Well, I was just making a reference. Okay.
Okay.
All my episodes, everything. There's the Star Wars poster back there. So.
Okay, so I have to draft a quarterback.
A quarterback, now. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. There's.
Are you gonna take Hitler?
No. I'll take Martin Luther King. I don't know much about his athleticism or anything like that. But I know he's dead, and I know he was black, so
he must be good at sports.
Yeah, I'm not racist. Please
good
stop.
thing nobody listens to
equality.
It's equality. So that means you better draft a white person.
Black quarterbacks. Yeah, I will. Okay, I will maybe.
Oh, who you picking?
Oh, it's Snake.
Are we snaking?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
That's what I thought.
It's running back, so I'm gonna go Genghis Khan. I think Genghis Khan could throw it down.
Yeah,
for real. I heard a statistic, and I'm not sure if it's true. I have to preface everything like that because what if I'm wrong?
That's
right?
how it goes.
So, I heard that Genghis Khan had so many illegitimate children that I think it's like a 16th of China and surrounding countries are his direct offspring or something like that. They're related to him.
Checks out.
He had the biggest empire ever, and then it was only like a 50-year-long reign because after he died, everybody
Kind of like Star Wars.
Yeah, everybody who attended his funeral died or was killed by assassins, and then those assassins
At the funeral?
I don't know. No, it wasn't at the funeral because they killed them all to make sure that they didn't know where his burial place was.
Oh.
And then they killed all the assassins with other assassins to make sure they didn't know. Or
Did
somebody
like
else
he
didn't
put
tell
that
them.
into the
He
place?
was like,
okay.
he was like, everybody who attends my funeral, don't tell them this, but like,
or just tell him that.
I
don't
I'd
care.
go. Yeah, I feel he has he's my team captain, and I think he can really do well in this offensive scheme.
You think him and Martin Luther King are gonna mesh well together in the offense?
Yeah, equality.
Equality.
Yeah, equality. He's Asian, and Martin Luther King's not Asian, so that's equal rights.
Equal rights.
Equal rights.
So many people have died.
Yeah, but
yet I can't think of any of them.
Think of people who are like were alive, but like aren't anymore.
Oh, I like the way you think about that.
Okay, you don't have to have their name. You can say just a person. Like
I want the strongest man alive.
No, you have to like.
I guess the strongest man dead. So
who was alive.
he used to be alive.
You don't have to know
And
their
the
name, but
famous
you can
word.
know like their feet or whatever they did. Like
I want oh man, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna take.
you have to take two people right now.
I
You
know.
can't think of
I
any.
know who my receiver is gonna be.
Who's your receiver?
I can't. Can I take him right now?
Sure, and then I'll let you think
And
of
then
the
my
other
running back. My receiver, I'm gonna go Abraham Lincoln.
guy. Okay.
What, 6'6"? Homeboy was a
He
wrestler.
was 6'4".
That's good for a
Not
receiver
as tall.
still. So was Randy Moss. So
well,
he's the Randy Moss of presidents. So.
Oh, I should have taken Lincoln because
yeah, and
I'd
now
have
I
all
got him.
sorts of equality on my team.
You would. Now I have him going against Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, that's not my
So,
favorite thing.
He's gonna wipe the floor with him.
Mm-hmm.
And you took Genghis Khan. You said
I
right?
did
Yeah.
take him.
Trying to think. There was some other dude in Asia who did things.
Are you thinking
but,
of Alexander the Great?
No, but I might take him. Yeah, I'll take him. He was a skillful youth.
As a running back?
Yeah.
I could see
He
him
wasn't.
as-
I don't know. I always imagine him. He's a little bit scrawny, but like maybe he wasn't.
He was
maybe
kinda-
not.
He was jacked.
Was he buff? I
Yeah.
haven't seen any pictures of him, so they didn't have cameras back then.
As a running back, I think he'd be similar to CMC.
Yeah, maybe use him out of the backfield as a weapon too.
Yeah, because
Throw it to him.
Napoleon's not throwing over that line.
Yeah, a lot of screens. Well, the Patriots' offense.
You just have to like jump up and your running back has to like take the ball.
Napoleon's gonna do all the Tim Tebow throws where he has to like get a running start and jump and throw.
Yeah, something like that.
Tebow didn't do that because he was short though, but he did it because he was big and fast and he could like threaten you to run. But we're gonna have to run that offense only because Napoleon is short. We'll have to do some maybe trick plays, get Lincoln under center every now and again. I don't know.
Okay, so I have my wide receiver and
1 and 2.
I have
You have 2 receiver picks here.
Oh, I have 2 receiver picks here. Okay, so excuse me.
Wow.
Both. Okay, I don't know this guy's name, but he was he was the Viking that was on a bridge that fought off like 50 different people in an army, and he was like the freaking berserker of Joheim or whatever the frick. I'm putting him a receiver 1.
I'm just gonna believe you. I have no idea what you're talking
I'll
about.
look it up as you're talking the next one. I'll show you. But he was a baller. He had a ton of stamina. He could really do what he was out there to do. He would never give up. A hard worker, a really strong guy.
Good
So
work ethic.
I think if he gets the ball in his hands, I think he just plows through everyone else, and he could play a bit of more like Deebo Samuel, how he runs the ball every once in a while, and he's out there catching too.
All right.
I think both my running back and my receiver can do a little bit of catching and running.
Mm-hmm.
And then, man, there are a lot of dead people, but I can't think of any.
Because none of them are important. The only important people are us.
There are so many dead people.
Yes. Billions of them.
Billions of them. Man.
Right?
How are there no dead people in my
In your
in
head.
my head right now? Okay.
You start Googling like top dead people.
Top 10 dead people in the world.
I mean, Hitler's still undrafted, so
He hasn't been drafted yet. That's true.
I'm daring you to take him.
I don't want to have. I kind of want.
Take Karl Marx, Stalin.
Oh, jeez, man. I can't think of anybody who you haven't said.
Okay, on a side note here, I guess I'll give you time to stall a little bit because we were listing terrible people for draft options. I saw a video on TikTok of these 3 people doing the same thing where they draft, and 2 of them know what the category is. The third guy doesn't. And so he has to figure out what it is and then make his picks off of context clues.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like terrible people. And so like the first pick was Hitler and the second pick was like Stalin. And he was like, what? Obama? And it was a lot of fun to watch. Anyway, your time's up.
I haven't thought of a dead person yet. Adolf Hitler.
Are you're gonna take him?
No, I'd rather have Stalin.
Okay, you're taking him?
No.
Okay.
Jeez, man, I can't think of people.
I have one dead person in my head, and I don't think he'd make a great receiver. So I'm also like thinking.
How about just give us like 45 minutes to think. Just
Yeah,
cut
guys, we'll be
everything out.
right back.
No,
Not actually. Your draft. It's about to go on auto draft.
What's auto draft? No, Hitler. I can't think of dead people.
Oh no, you're about to get.
I'll take Steve Irwin.
You were about to auto draft like Mother Teresa. So good
It
thing
was gonna be Hitler or Mother Teresa, and I took Steve Irwin. He's not the best receiver, but he's a kind
he
soul.
wrestled animals.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. I don't think he's the fastest out
Probably
there.
got like a 6-pack hiding under there.
Well, he doesn't have anything anymore, but
Well, that's because that's why he's draft eligible.
yeah, he's dead. I
I'm
definitely
gonna
know who
go-
I'm taking for my line, though.
We're taking line. I thought we were stopping at receiver.
Nope, we got one lineman too.
Oh crap.
You can go, and then I'll go right after.
I know
you.
who I'm taking for my receiver. I guess it's the same person I had in my head a minute ago. I don't think he's a good receiver, but he'll give some personality to this team. I'm taking Elvis.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go hit. Oh, we could have picked
Why would I pick
Michael Jackson. Too.
He's taken for the O line.
Take Michael Jackson on the O line, but
No, I'm just gonna stick with Elvis. You said you were gonna pick O line.
okay, yeah, my O line. I'm taking Samson from the Bible.
All right, and this is a pick I was thinking about earlier, but Goliath.
Yeah, why were we
going-
both thinking
We're going biblical at the very end.
biblical? We could have done it the whole time, and we just
I just go off Bible characters.
yeah.
I guess that could be its own draft. Maybe next week we'll do like a biblical one.
yeah, Bible
But you can't take
characters.
Jesus. That's
I don't think
cheating.
Jesus would be very good at football.
I think he'd
he
be
was just
like
a normal dude.
Exactly. Like he'd be okay at it. He's a little short because Jews.
I don't think he'd be okay with it. I think he'd be bad at it because I don't think a 5'5" Jew is going to be very good.
Yeah,
at
he probably
football.
didn't work out a lot. Although I doubt he was very big.
Yeah, he was a Jew, and
He was doing a lot of walking.
Yeah, so he probably had big calves or something. But
Doesn't not skip leg day.
well, people with big calves are generally not as athletic as people with smaller calves because calves don't help you a lot when you're running, and they just give you
But
more
they look
weight.
big.
They do. If you look at most athletes, they don't have big calves.
Some of them do.
So, who?
Like Quadzilla.
Yeah, but he has big quads. He's not calfzilla.
Oh, I guess so.
That's a different muscle
It's
group.
It's legs.
Can you point to your quad? Just downward. That's okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's our draft, I guess.
All right.
Jeez. Just cut the whole thing out.
Yeah, that got good at the end. I do stand by picking Elvis.
Okay. I'm gonna look
He's gonna
up
be a little bit of like a diva, I think, but
what did I call him? The berserker.
the berserker. Oh yeah, that you
I
were
don't
talking
even know how to
about.
spell berserker.
I don't either.
I'm just not gonna spell it.
Okay, I'll just believe you. I trust you.
Please trust me. Please believe me.
Turns out he's not real.
Not a real person.
All right, pick this week. The draft. That's it.
Jeez, man, I'm really stumbling.
The
through
words
this
are
one.
not. I'm not used to recording this early.
Yeah, it's.
You think I'd be better early, but no, I still suck at this
but
game.
no, it's just a fun
I
thing.
think I picked first last time,
Okay.
so I'll just let you pick, I guess.
I think this is easy. I'm going game of the week.
Yeah.
Bengals, Bills.
This is why I wanted to pick first. I should have made sure and then lied to you.
Because you know it was. I know it was you last time.
I don't remember if it was
I
or not. I think it was
guarantee
because I took Cowboys Eagles for game of the week.
I guarantee it might have been.
I guarantee maybe.
Yeah, so that's my game of the week. I think that's the easiest pick this
Oh,
week.
by far.
Yeah, there's not like an easy pick for lowest scoring. There's not an easy pick for player. I think this is
This is like the lock.
the pick. I think it has potential to be game of the year.
Oh yeah.
We've already had a couple really swell games this year, and a couple of them were with the Bills. So
Yep.
why not do it again against one of the best teams in the NFL?
Mm-hmm. Maybe the Bills will win this time's game of the year.
And technically, I'm a fan of both these teams.
You are, because you were a Cowboys fan till they lost to the Packers, who then lost to the Titans, who lost to the Bengals. So you've been a Bengals fan ever since.
Bengals have not lost yet.
So either you're going to be like a double Bills fan,
Mm-hmm.
and then who knows where things go from there, or your actual team is going to lose.
Yeah, and then I'll just be a Bengals fan until they lose to the Ravens, and then I'll just be really sad.
I don't think they're going to lose to the Ravens.
That would
but
suck, man.
that would. I mean, at least the Ravens are going to the playoffs, so
Yeah.
at least you're guaranteed to be rooting for a playoff team now.
Yeah, and then when they lose to someone else, I'll root for them because that's my.
Yeah, and then once you get to the playoffs, like
If I get to the Super Bowl and
lose the Super Bowl,
if I can only lose one way.
you can lose the Super Bowl.
I can lose the. That's it.
You right now actually you have a 50-50 chance of your team winning the Super Bowl. Going off of this.
Yep.
And it will be an AFC team.
Yeah, it will be. And then I might switch over to the NFC next year.
Yeah,
If
you're going to start off next year as like an Eagles fan or something?
Whoever beats my team in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you and David just got to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
go team. We're both Eagles fans until they lose to like the Cowboys, and then you're back to a Cowboys.
Oh no! Oh no!
The cycle officially stops once you hit the Cowboys again.
I think it's kind of fun to keep going though, because I'm like legit not a Cowboys fan anymore.
Yeah, good.
I actually don't care, and I think I like the Bengals a lot now. But I will follow.
I like the Bengals too, but
wherever-
as soon as they lose, like you're screwed
I'm
the
out of
Bengals
there. Yeah,
till they.
it's actually really fun.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Game of the week. Yeah, you took the only real good option there. I got a few. I'm going to take Jets Seahawks because Mike White is back and Zach Wilson is inactive for this game. So
That's
I think
good.
it could be a really fun game. It's a must-win game for both of these teams, especially the Jets, because I think the door is a little bit more open for them to get a playoff spot than the Seahawks. But they're both like right on the brink. So
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't take Packers Vikings in that one.
that was my third option there in case this was a later category for some reason. But and it's a Geno Smith revenge game. The Jets drafted him back in 2013, something like that. So I think it's a really big game for both teams, and I think it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah. Also, I think Bears Lions has potential to be real good.
Yeah,
That's
that is
gonna
another
be-
one to be really fun.
A high scoring game, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be like a 35-31 type of game.
I hope the Lions win and make it to the playoffs. Honestly.
Yeah, they'd be a fun team to see in the playoffs. Because that was something I was thinking. Because like the Packers, like everything's going right for them in like the playoffs. And as a Packers fan, I would love them to make the playoffs. But if they made it over the Lions, like everybody else is going to be pissed. And like I get it.
Yeah, because the
The
Packers, have
Packers
made it.
make it all the time, and the Lions are a more fun team to watch, and it's new. And so obviously I want my team to make it. But if they don't, I wouldn't mind the Lions in there.
Or neither could maybe happen.
Could be the Commanders or the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where do I go here? I'm gonna go with let's go biggest blowout. Give me Eagles over Saints.
Yeah, that's
This is actually a big game for the Eagles because not only do if they win this game, they lock up the 1 seed, I believe. So they might be resting their starters the next week, which I don't always think is a good idea. But regardless, big game for them in that way to lock up their division, get the 1 seed. And they also have the Saints' first-round pick next year. And so if the Saints lose, that helps the Eagles' draft pick. So double way. It's a big game for the Eagles, and then I also have Gardner Minshew on my team now, so I have him starting in fantasy.
Yeah, they're gonna get like a 10th overall pick
Oh, at least.
at
Like-
the least. Yeah.
Like they'll probably have the 5th pick, and then the Broncos and the Rams also don't have their top 5 picks that they would have had they not traded. Although it worked out for the Rams, not so much for the Broncos.
Biggest blowout. I'm looking at 2 options right here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Probably the other 2 I had on my draft board.
screw it. I'm gonna go with Cowboys over Titans.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going
I thought that
Cowboys
wasn't
over
draft
Titans.
eligible.
Oh, we're not
Since
doing
we're
that.
yeah, I didn't think we were since we're recording late.
Oh,
Because by the
well,
time this
it's-
is out, that game will be done.
Well, yeah, but we don't know that.
We don't, so sure.
That's
go,
fine.
Go
no,
for
no,
it.
I'll go to my other one.
Okay.
I didn't know that. I'll go Niners over Raiders.
Oh, okay. Neither one of those games was on my board.
You were gonna go Chiefs over Broncos.
I was gonna go Chiefs over Broncos or Giants over Colts.
I think those
Those
are
are my other
both
2 options.
eligible blowouts, but the Broncos' defense, besides last week, has been really good.
Yep.
And I know Patrick Mahomes is gonna probably spank all over them, but I
Mhm.
could see this being like a
Maybe
24-12
the
game.
Broncos get that the post coach firing bump,
Yeah,
and it actually results in an upset win. That would be a huge win. Because
Yeah,
if
it'd
the
be
Chiefs
crazy.
lose and if the Bengals win out, the Bengals would get the 1 seed. If the Chiefs lose, that basically means Monday night Bengals versus Bills is for the 1 seed.
Oh my gosh.
So
I
if the
didn't-
Chiefs lose, that game becomes even bigger than
Yeah,
it
because the
already
Bengals
is.
have beat the
Because
Chiefs.
both those teams have beat the Chiefs.
The Bengals and the Bills have beat the Chiefs.
It's
and-
only those 2 and the Colts. So only elite teams really beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, yeah, that. And next week they're playing the Raiders, so they'll probably win that. The Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Bills are playing the Patriots.
The game is in Kansas City though, so that helps Kansas City in that way. But
Yeah.
if
that's
if the
crazy.
Broncos pull off the upset, that Monday night game becomes a lot more important than it already is.
Yeah. Who are the Bengals playing next week? They're playing
Ravens,
the Ravens.
and
So that's probably is Lamar still out?
I don't know. He's week to week. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play till the playoffs,
That makes sense.
or he might play weeks 18 if the Bengals end up losing, because then I think it would be whoever wins that division if the Ravens win this week.
But
So-
they're in the playoffs though, regardless.
yeah, they're in the playoffs even if they lose their next 2 games.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be crazy if the Broncos did that. I can see the
I'm
Chiefs.
rooting for the Broncos now.
I can see them not scoring that much on them, honestly.
Yeah.
And I can see because the Chiefs' defense isn't too good, and I can see the Broncos putting up 12, 14 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not going to be fun to watch them play offense,
Probably not, but
but they will play some.
yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be as big of a blowout as Niners over Raiders, because Raiders just benched Derek Carr,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how this is
Yeah.
going to go.
Yeah, that Devontae Adams fantasy owners cannot be happy with that, which I am one of them, but I
One of
kind of don't
those.
care because I'm not in like a championship game or anything. But I mean, if you're in a championship game and you have like, say your team is Devontae Adams and Derrick Henry and Tony Pollard, Lamar,
Yeah. Oh
That's
no!
rough.
If you had Hurts,
or Hurts, yeah,
yeah, you'd be crying right
you're
now.
gonna get destroyed in the championship.
Yeah, the guy we had on a couple weeks ago, David, had Hurts, and
He's got Trevor Lawrence now
He got
because
Trevor Lawrence.
I cut him.
Banana dropped him because he
I
thought he
did
wouldn't
because
play.
I thought I was done.
Yeah.
And I was like, frick it, why not?
So I just picked biggest blowout. I'm
Yep,
gonna go to the lowest
snakes back to
scoring.
you. Okay.
I'm gonna go Cardinals Falcons.
Yep, that was on top of my draft board.
I think that'll do it. And I think if it's
That'll do
not
it.
that, it's gonna be Steelers Ravens or Rams Chargers. And I know I'm just giving you picks, but I'm sure you had those on your
Yeah,
board.
one of those was already on my board.
Yeah. The Chargers are weird. Like, what the heck? Are they a good
They're
team?
welcome to the Chargers experience.
Yeah. Are they a good
This
team?
is
Are they-
always what the Chargers are.
are they-
They're always very talented on paper.
and hurt.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you saw the stat a couple weeks ago from, I think it was 2010 when they were the number 1 offense, number 1 defense, finished 8-8, missed the playoffs.
Crazy.
That is the Chargers experience in a nutshell.
That would suck to be a Chargers fan. I really hope
It
my
would.
team doesn't snick around and be a Chargers
All
fan.
they have, I mean, they got Justin Herbert, and then hopefully they just win.
Yeah.
You know?
They have
And
two
then
pretty decent receivers.
They got
as
two good
well.
receivers, a great running back, a defense that looks great on paper. Like, the Chargers always look good on paper.
This
And
is
that is
not,
it.
This is not origami.
It's not,
isn't-
unfortunately,
It is
for Los
not
Angeles.
a drawing competition. It is a
Mhm.
footballing competition.
It is. And then they
between
don't
teams,
they
and they
don't
don't
win
do
anything
very
there.
well. Yeah, so it's your turn.
But they are going to the playoffs, so I think they could make some noise there. I'm excited for the potential matchup. We'll probably get Chargers versus like Jaguars or something like that, which
That'd be a sweet game.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna go upset of the week and similar.
you have
Oh, that's right.
then
I
you
gotta
can go
take
upset of
my.
the week.
That's right. I'm gonna go Steelers Ravens. Like you
Yep.
were saying, that's a good pick there. If honestly, even if Lamar's playing though, because when he was playing, they were only putting up like 13, 16, maybe 20 points a game.
and then blowing those leads.
And so, even if Lamar plays in this game, I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair between them and the Steelers. One of the best rivalries in the NFL. Another game here, and the Steelers. I mean, they're not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but they're basically out of it. But they are trying to fight to be above 500, so that way Mike Tomlin can keep his streak of never having a losing season. So they at least got that to fight for, and they looked solid against the Raiders last week.
And
They
they're
did just enough on offense, and their defense got some good turnovers. So
They're playing the Browns next week, so it's definitely doable.
it's very possible for them to finish 9-8.
good for him.
Maybe
I
they
guess.
tie one of these games, go 8-1,
It's technically not a losing
right at
season.
500.
Yeah.
So now I am going to go upset of the week. Similar to last week, I'm going to take my same strategy. Let's go Packers over Vikings.
Yeah.
It's in Lambeau Field. These NFC North games, we're getting Bears Lions this week too. NFC North games typically are pretty good games.
They go hard, man.
Home field advantage for the Packers, who also host the Lions next week. So they basically just need to win out and hope the Commanders lose one. And I wouldn't be surprised if they lose to the Browns or they have the Cowboys the next week. So if the Packers win out, there's a good shot they do make the playoffs. But of course, they got to take care of business against Minnesota here, which I think they got a solid shot at. And I mean, it's the Vikings. It's at least going to be close.
It has to be, or they get stomped.
Otherwise, it's not a Vikings game.
Well, it might be a Vikings game. They just might only put up 3 points against 40.
Yeah.
Which I
Either
don't
the
think-
Packers dominate, which I don't think is going to happen,
Not gonna happen.
or it's going to be a close win, hopefully for the Packers. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna take, and I don't think this is gonna happen, but I really want it to. I'm going Panthers over Buccaneers.
Ooh, I really hope that happens.
I will love it if this happens, and Brady won't be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think if the Panthers win, they win the division. Let's
It-
see. Well, actually, no, not necessarily. Both teams would be
Oh yeah, they have.
7-9. So the Panthers have to win next week too, or the Bucks have to lose. And that means they're taking on NFC South teams. I don't know if the Bucks. I think they're playing the
Bucks-
Falcons.
Oh, that's not good.
So the Panthers have to beat the Bucks, and they have to beat the Saints.
That's not too hard though.
Please,
I really,
please,
really
Sam
want that.
Darnold.
I don't think so.
Please,
I don't think so, but it might.
I want to see Sam Darnold take the Panthers to the Super Bowl. No, I just don't want to see Brady in the playoffs again.
For real. It is time
Because
for Fantasy Player of the Week.
It is.
And there's just not a lot of great stuff on the board here, but I'm going to go tried and true. I'm going to go Patty Mahomes because he did good for me last week. He was the
Didn't you
only one-
take the Broncos game
No,
for
I
the
didn't.
lowest score? Okay, you didn't?
I didn't, no.
Okay.
My lowest scoring was Falcons Cardinals.
And what was your biggest blowout one? That was
My blowout was Niners over Raiders.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
I
Because I
was-
remember we talked about them a lot, and I was like, didn't we pick them? But no.
I was talking about them and the reason why I didn't pick them for blowout.
Yeah.
But I will pick Mahomes for Player of the Week. I think he'll throw 3 touchdowns and a couple 100 yards, 300 yards.
I mean, you're taking Mahomes after saying that you think the Broncos defense is going to keep it close.
it's going to keep it closer. I still said that they would put up 24 points, which is
3 touchdowns and
3
field goal.
tutties and a field goal. So I think he could be Player of the Week fantasy-wise, and I just don't have a lot of faith in all these other guys
All right.
personally, the guys that are left on the table.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the NFC North here. I'm going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That was my other choice. Yeah.
It's either him or Justin Fields. And, I mean, the Bears they're a running team. And so running the ball a lot against that Lions defense. But also the Bears have a terrible defense. And Amon-Ra St. Brown has been popping off this season.
He's been cooking. And I'm hoping he does real good because I have him.
You do?
I do want him to do good. I like him as a receiver. I think he could be a top 5 receiver. Maybe next year.
He's probably a top 10
He's
receiver
a top 10
right
receiver
now.
right now. I think is a lot of people kind of seem to ignore him when they're talking about good receivers, but
He's been balling. I think that might be because he's had a few really quiet games this year.
mm-hmm. And he was out for a couple games as well.
Yep, and but he's been dominating them.
He's really
this
good
season. So he's been killing it.
If he had a better quarterback, he'd be in that top 5 conversation, I think.
Yeah, if he was playing with Mahomes or something,
or even Kirk Thuggins. I think.
I don't know. I guess I'd take Kirk Cousins over Jared Goff, but it's not that far.
I don't think it's that far, but I think
because Jared Goff is having a very good year.
I think the way Kirk Cousins throws the ball and like with the decisions that he makes make it so that Justin Jefferson can have really big games and really showy plays. Because that one catch that was in between the hands of the receiver was a terrible throw.
Yeah, same thing that with like Eli Manning and Odell Beckham when they were in New York.
Yeah, like
Eli
like
Manning
who do you what?
Anyone else general direction. Frickity's down there somewhere.
That's what Joe Burrow said. He said frickin' Jamar Chase is down there somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. He said that in a press conference, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if I was playing with a bunch of really good receivers like that, you don't really have to play too good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're not like playing well, but just in general, you don't have to play as well.
Just get it in their area, and they'll make a play on it.
Yeah, if you have terrible receivers, you have to get it right on the money, and you can't throw too hard or whatever. But if you have
Aaron
good
Rodgers
receivers,
moment.
yeah, Aaron Rodgers is like so upset all the time now. Like he's just
not as much anymore. That was when they were on like that 5-game losing streak, and
I still saw him.
No one could catch anything.
Running off the field and be like, ah, with his stupid face. He's like, frack, and his dumb hair. Man, I hate Aaron Rodgers, but I hate him, Banana.
You picked him in your fantasy draft.
I did pick him because he was the 2-time MVP, and he was supposed to be good. I'm not a bad fantasy drafter. Please stop calling me terrible at the game.
I mean, your 3 wins are saying something different. But.
Yeah, and my playoff chances.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, saying something different.
All right, let's quickly knock out the pick'ems this week.
All right, Cowboys-Titans tonight. We're going to watch this game right after this. Or not right after, but shortly after.
At some point after. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Cowboys, I think,
time to get hot before getting clapped in the playoffs.
For real. I'm glad I'm a Cowboys fan. Cardinals-Falcons. I feel like this is going to be a crapshoot regardless. It's just going to be bad.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons because they're not playing their third-string quarterback. They're only playing their backup quarterback.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Falcons just because of what I saw last time I watched the Cardinals, which is they threw it to DeAndre Hopkins 10 times, but it was like behind him and terrible
I think
throws
his only catch was a screen.
Yeah, he couldn't get somebody to throw him the ball correctly.
Trace McSorley, epic theme song, and that is all he has.
He had 10 targets and 1 catch.
Yeah.
Which is crazy for Hopkins because Hopkins is a top 10.
Like you're saying, like you just throw it in their area and they make a play.
Yeah,
but he wasn't even good in the same universe.
Yeah, like
as Hopkins. Like
you throw it 2 or 3 yards around him, not like 5 yards behind him as he's running a slant.
Yeah.
Like
that's not it.
Yeah, so I'm taking the Falcons just because they're not the Cardinals. Dolphins-Patriots. This game could decide the...
Tua's not playing this game.
Tua's not playing this game.
He's in concussion protocol for the 3rd time.
My guy might have 3 major concussions within 3 months.
Yeah.
Which is...
We'll see.
Stop making him play. Let him rest. Let him die in peace.
We'll see if he... I think he's going to be out for the rest of the regular season. If they make the playoffs, which is not a guarantee anymore after it was looking really good at 8-3. 4 losses later, though. It's not looking too great.
8-7 and 7-8 with the Patriots. If the Patriots win this and their next game,
they're in.
The Dolphins lose their next game, they could take that playoff spot away from them.
I'm still picking Miami, though.
I'm also still picking Miami.
I don't think there's too major of a drop-off between Tua and Teddy.
Yeah, 2 gloves is pretty good.
He's one of the better backups in the league.
And he has 2 excellent receivers to throw it to and a really fast running back.
Exactly. He's just like right-handed, older, slightly less accurate Tua.
Which is kind of saying a lot because Tua's not the most accurate.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes he is, and then other times.
It's called inconsistency.
He
Or
is.
concussion. Or concussion. You
Or
can call it either.
that maybe a little bit of both.
Saints, Eagles, we're both taking Eagles.
Well, don't speak for me.
Nope, we're taking Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Okay. Colts, Giants. I'm going to go with Giants.
Same. Saquon Barkley was
Barkley.
my other pick for fantasy player of the week. If for whatever reason Lions Bears was gone,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a big game.
Panthers, Buccaneers. I'm taking Panthers in my upset.
Same. I'm
I
taking Panthers as well.
I want that to happen so bad.
Please.
Broncos, Chiefs. I'm taking Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I think it's gonna be a little bit close, but yeah, Chiefs.
Just copying me. Okay. I let you say that one.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't want to speak for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bears, Lions. We're both taking Lions.
Yep.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't want to speak for you.
Bears
but,
are fighting for that first overall pick right now.
Man, get it done.
The Texans, if the Texans win another game, all of a sudden the Bears are picking first overall, and they're not having a good year, but they're not the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I hope they get that first pick.
And so
and
if they get the first pick, they'll probably trade it away and get some good assets for it because they don't need a quarterback.
yeah,
So you trade it to a team that needs a quarterback that's willing to give up 2 first-round picks for it, and then boom, you're cooking.
Yeah, there's a lot of good quarterbacks in the draft this year. I heard.
There's at least 2 guys I think that should be really good. The Bryce Young from Alabama and C.J. Stroud from Ohio State, or the ones that are at least they have the most hype. I don't know. I barely watch college football, so.
Browns, Commanders. I'm gonna take commies.
I'm gonna go Commanders too. I think it's gonna be a little kind of a close game. Carson Wentz is gonna be starting for the Commanders, so that's interesting. As they're fighting for their playoff lives.
So that's kind of cute, I guess.
That is the thing that they're doing
for sure. I don't like how we're all picking the same again.
Have we picked everything the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did that last week. We were deviated by 1 last week, and I got it wrong.
Yep. Well, we had a few picks that we deviated on. Just at the end of the day, I just had one on you.
Well, it might have been the week before. Then we deviated 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Jags, Texans. I think Texans' record speaks for itself. They're not as bad as their record, but
they do deserve the first overall pick, and I think
do.
That if they end up with the second overall pick, they could be the team that trades with the Bears to move up that 1 spot just to make sure they get their guy.
Yeah.
I think that's where Bryce Young's going to go. I'm going to take the Jags.
I'm also taking the Jags, and I got Niners, Raiders. I'm taking Niners in my blowout.
Oh yeah, I think Brock Purdy he keeps doing his thing.
Yeah, big
Brock.
Big brave Brock. Big brave Brock throw in that rock.
Yes.
To his receivers. And Jets, Seahawks, your fun game, your what was this game you called?
I called it my game of the week.
That's your game of the week, that's right.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
But
I could see us going either way with Mike White playing.
Mike White's pretty good, man.
He is. Although pretty much anyone looks pretty good after they come in for Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I hope Zach Wilson never plays football again and is just not in the public eye anymore. And if he ever comes back, just everyone hates him. I hope that's what happens to you, Zach, you freaking idiot. Gosh.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking the Jets because Zach's gone. So.
All right, there we go. We differentiate.
Yay. Vikings, Packers. You're picking Packers.
I am in my upset of the week.
I don't know if I feel right picking Vikings.
Really?
I don't know if they're going to do it because I don't know why. It's just a feeling.
You got that home field advantage. I mean, we know what it's like to go on the Lambeau Field.
We do.
That crowd gets loud.
That crowd does get loud. Man, I don't feel right picking the Vikings, but it feels gross picking the Packers, and I guess I'll just feel gross picking the Packers.
You're going to pick the Packers?
I'm picking the Packers.
Oh, I thought you were going to pick the Vikings for sure.
No, I think the Packers can do it.
Really?
I don't know why, but I don't feel right picking the Vikings.
Huh. All right.
Rams, Chargers.
Battle of L.A.
Battle of L. Title teams.
I honestly think this one could go either way. I know the Chargers have a much better record. I am going to pick the Chargers, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams get the upset.
Yeah, Mayfield with that future Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you only counted like a third of his games, then yes.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm also taking the Chargers. I think they have better players.
Taking
I know they
LA.
have better players, and I don't know if they're going to show.
Well, the thing
it.
is, will they play? They have better players on paper, but Chargers always win the paper bowl.
Yeah, and I hope they win this game because it'll keep me closer to not getting. I don't feel good about this round, man. I
Yeah,
don't
there's a
feel
lot of games here. Yeah, they could go either way.
Steelers Ravens
Sunday Night Football.
Sunday.
I don't know.
That's how I feel, and I don't want to lose this game either.
I'm gonna go Ravens. Game's in Baltimore.
Ew.
Even if Huntley's playing. I mean, these teams played 3 weeks ago, and the Ravens won 16-14. So I don't
going
know.
Steelers. I'm going Steelers.
You're gonna go Steelers, okay?
I feel so.
Yeah, neither of these teams are great, honestly.
All right, Bills Bengals game of the week.
Oh,
This one scares
it's
me.
split 50-50 on Yahoo Sports right now.
I have to go Bills.
You're gonna go Bills.
Contractually.
I'm gonna go Bengals, mostly just because it's in their building. Like honestly, that's what changes the coin flip for me. Is it's in Cincinnati. Other than that, like,
do they have a turf field or grass or what's going on there?
they have fans there. They have their fans
They
there.
have fans, I know, but it doesn't change too much.
It can be a little bit though, get loud for the opposing team, quiet for the home team. I mean, honestly, exactly, it's not much, but like it's 50-50 for me too, and this is gonna go either way. This is gonna be a fantastic game.
I'm a Bills fan, and I have been for a very long time now, almost going on a year. And and I've been a Bengals fan for like 2 weeks now, which is pretty cool.
Which one do you feel more attached to?
I don't know. With this game, I honestly don't know who I want to win.
Yeah. It's gonna be a really good game.
I hope so.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
If they tie, I'm gonna hurt somebody.
Oh, they better not. I really.
Oh no! If they tie, it goes to the Chiefs.
I really hope the Chiefs lose to the Broncos. That way, this game is just that much bigger.
Yeah, I really hope so too.
I think that's
wait. The Bengals beat the Chiefs, didn't they?
Yes, and so did the Bills.
Okay, so
whoever wins that game, if the Chiefs lose, just have to win next week to get home field advantage and a first round bye.
Yeah, and the Chiefs, I guess they're playing the Raiders next round, so I guess they're
playing the Broncos and the Raiders, but the Raiders aren't going to be playing Derek Carr, so
maybe their new quarterback's like a baller, and he comes out and does what Brock Purdy did.
Maybe, but I've seen him play before, and he didn't look like Brock Purdy.
Yeah, he probably looks like a different fellow.
He played pretty ugly.
Thanks for not talking.
All right, that's going to be it for this week's episode of the Veteran Rookie Podcast. Thank you guys for watching or listening. Leave a comment. Tell us how we're wrong.
Bye.
See you next week.